It's something the Japanese media has been reporting the government's been worried about for a number of days, at more than just the location where the explosion took place today. That is definitely a significant development. As we know, as we've been reporting, they've been pumping seawater in to try and help as a desperate measure to keep things under control there. And we do know that the IAEA has been asked today to get involved, and the Japanese government asked them officially. The IAEA has said they're going to step in and help out. To help out, but there has been help, and they've already been getting help from the United States as well, because there are a number of scientists that we've spoken to, we've read about as well, that were already here in Japan for a conference speaking, and when this happened, when the earthquake happened, they were already on the phone offering any help for this big situation, something very, very serious, and we all know it also affects the relief effort in this region. The relief effort in this region is so significant because there's still a lot of people that have not evacuated those areas that are supposed to have been evacuated in the 35-mile radius around it. Except for one of those who get evacuated, I can say that in the last 2 days, the U.S. military is present here, and they've had some significant meetings about what's going on. Just of course, our man said.
Adam Allen live just up the coast here in Japan. We're continuing to monitor that mid-minus problem has returned, so you know, in New York. This is the tape that we're showing you now, but as I told you, there has been, according to the Japanese government, another explosion. This one at unit number 2, reactor number 2, of the coast. They don't know exactly what it is. Pictures from NHK just a short time ago. NHK is our news partner here in the United States, and that fixed the mixed minds problem. Thank you. This new problem appears to be on the outside of the containment zone. It was the last line of defense we heard from the government. It's listen to government. Now they're giving us an update on this on NHK. Let's listen.
There was a big sound this morning. According to meteorological agency, around Fukushima number 1 nuclear power plant, a north wind is blowing right now. Around the Fukushima number 1 nuclear power plant, the meteorological data is not coming in because of the earthquake, impact of the earthquake. But at Orahama, that is 50 kilometers south, at 8 o'clock this morning, the 4.4 meters of northeast wind was observed. Northeast wind is being observed near the power plant. This morning, according to meteorological agency, north wind is expected to blow. A big blast was heard.
Location, which is in fact, as the government reports, there has been another explosion. A big blast was heard. Listen now.
To the container vessel. We are continuing the injection operation to the pressure vessels, but the operators who are not directly engaged in this operation are being ordered to be evacuated to the safer locations. So they started evacuating.
Events for authorities to the north of us around the Fukushima nuclear plant. Numbers 1 and number 3 were already thought by many observers to have begun something akin to melting down. Unit number 2 was being watched and watched carefully throughout the overnight hours and now in the early morning hours of Tuesday at number 2. And then first the regulatory agency, the Nuclear Regulatory Agency, reported that there had been an explosion occurred there. Then the Japanese government confirmed an explosion there, and now the Japanese official news agency, Kyoto, is confirming that. We have had pictures in and out from the town of Sendai, which, as many of you I'm sure know, was wiped out by the force of the tsunami and the earthquake itself, but no pictures up close to this nuclear reactor number 2 at the Fukushima plant. The fear was that outer core, and you see the pictures that they're showing on your screen now, this outer core that looks like a beaker that you might have used in high school, that outer core, the fear, was said to have been what would contain the nuclear fallout. If that were breached, as they had mentioned here a moment ago, if it were to have cracked, that would be, according to the commentators on NHK and some scientists here, a worst-case scenario. Whether that has actually been breached remains to be seen. But here, listen into the explanation one more time.
Vessel is the last protection against radiation from leaking out, but now we understand that that is not functioning. Now, the water here is contaminated with radioactive substances. If this water leaks out, it means that radiation will be leaked out into the atmosphere or the outside environment. And we hear that there was a certain increase in the radioactive readings. And we might expect that the radiation level in the vicinity could go up. And also, if air is leaked out, this may spread with the wind. However, the Nuclear and Industrial Safety Agency says that the level is not as high to cause immediate damage to human health. But if the containment vessel has been damaged, there may be very serious situations happening after this. Once again, it seems that we will have a news conference shortly.
That's the NHK World Service trying to explain in a very delicate way, which they've kept people informed here across Japan, that apparently there has been another incident. This time, the appearance of some sort of explosion at reactor number 2. And you saw what they were discussing there. There is water that's been pumped into that thing. That water to cool it off. Then the water would be contained. If there's a crack or an explosion in that containment dome, then the water would escape, or the vapors from that water, then the radioactive material would be released into the air.
This is love. The morning begins with arthritis pain. That's coffee and 2 pills. The afternoon tour begins with more pain and more pills. The evening guests arrive. Back to sore knees, back to more pills. The day is done, but hang on. Her doctor recommended a leave. Just 2 pills to keep arthritis pain away all day with fewer pills and Tylenol. This is why we chose to leave fewer pills for a day.
Hello? What's up? Oh, nothing, just watching TV. No? Sorry, I didn't get your message. Oh. Yeah, please? What? Oh, well, okay. Thank you. No, thank you. You're doing great. I'm just confused why I don't know. Why you knew there were pictures and I didn't. Okay. No, I'm wondering why they did not call me. That's what they're always telling me. Okay. Thank you. Okay. So what's going on later? Sure? Yeah. Okay. Love you, babe. Bye-bye. Thank you.